Yo, it's me, Shaq O'Neal. You don't know the greatest show ever? The Warmup Show.
Oh, yeah, we perform like Mike, anyone, Tyson, Georgia, Jackson.
Get it, Ro.
Action.
Get it, Ro.
Action, that's right. It's action, the warm-up. Ro Parrish and Ben Lyons, and we'll celebrate today.
And March Madness is fully underway and has nothing to do with the kids because the NBA is better than ever. We're heading down the home stretch of the regular season, and man, we got a good one tonight on TNT.
Yes, we have the standard Thursday doubleheader that you all know and love, 2 games that you're going to have a great time watching.
Yep, I'm excited for Spurs and Thunder, man. This is going to be a good one because this could be a first-round playoff preview.
This could be.
The Spurs have been winning a bunch of games. The Thunder have been struggling as of late. Will they get a much-needed win at home? Kawhi Leonard on Monday has to guard James Harden, and on Thursday guard Russell Westbrook.
What a week. Shout out to the San Antonio Spurs, 18 straight seasons where they've won at least 50 games. And there's Russell Westbrook.
And if he's the MVP this year, he'll be the first MVP in about 35-plus years to be on a team that doesn't win 50 games.
Yes.
I don't think the Thunder have a chance of doing that this year. So
Nah.
be curious to see if his stats, which are through the roof, are enough to propel him to the front of the MVP race. But we'll get to that a little bit later on.
Yes, we will. It's going to be tough. The Thunder, they have lost 4 straight games. They haven't lost 5 straight all season. Their defense not that great, giving up 115 points per game. And this guy right here has been all over the place.
I'd like to see a documentary film about his hands.
Oh, my goodness. We were just talking about that.
The history of Kawhi Leonard's hands.
Just that alone would be
riveting
must-see
television.
TV.
That's
no
good stuff.
question.
For 18 years in a row for the Spurs with 50-plus wins. They've won 9 in a row. Doing what the Spurs do, man. Coming back from 28th the other night.
Yes.
Really impressive, despite LaMarcus Aldridge having kind of a so-so season, his lowest scoring total since his rookie year.
Yeah, he's not putting up the numbers that we're used to seeing. Seagoville's finest. We've seen him play at an all-star level for many years. Not necessarily getting it done, but still, it's not affecting the Spurs.
But you know what? With that big front line, should they make it to the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State, depending on who's healthy, it'll be interesting to see if that's the kryptonite to beat the Warriors in the West.
It possibly could be. I mean, you never know. The Spurs might actually surpass the Warriors. That possibly could happen.
And we might see an Oklahoma City Golden State first round, which could be a lot of fun. So hit us up using the hashtag all show long, the warm up. We got lots to get to, including Russell Westbrook MVP talk and some Dirk Nowitzki love, celebrating his 30,000th point this week.
A matchup of 2 of the most talented offensive players. Leonard for 3.
Westbrook elevated, he thumps down a big time, 2-hand tomahawk dunk.
Oh, what defense! Unbelievable!
Oh, from way downtown.
Twitter.
You should follow me on Twitter because
I got all the funny videos. I have interesting things to say.
Sent me a tweet.
I'm tweeting, but damn, man, some people just take it to the extreme, man.
I'm trying to get used to Twitter.
NBA fan on Twitter.
It's pretty cool.
Keep on tweeting.
Twitter, that's crazy.
Breaking news, everyone. J.R. Smith made it out the training room.
Yes, he did.
He's playing tonight. Ben Lyons and Ro Parrish hanging out here live on Twitter on the warm-up. And that's right, J.R. Smith finally making his return to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Put it out there on the Uninterrupted, posted the video himself, let everybody know firsthand that he will be returning against the Pistons.
Good stuff. Excited to see that, and excited to see you rocking a Biggie t-shirt today, obviously. You represent for Christopher Wallace, the greatest rapper of all time.
Man, thank Cap for warning me, because now I'm warning you. It's the warm-up, Ben. Tell me what we're going to do.
Look at that. All right, I love it. March 9th, obviously the anniversary of 20 years since we lost the greatest rapper of all time, and he's getting some love around the NBA's Twitter, on the association's Twitter. You see Wilson Chandler talking about the Notorious B.I.G., who is for my money, the greatest rapper of all time.
That's debatable, but he's definitely in the conversation. Bleacher Report also showing love. Beantown in the house. Of course, the Brooklyn Nets, they plan to honor Biggie Smalls coming up March 12th.
Having a Biggie night at the Barclays. Shout out to the Nets. I like that. Should be a lot of fun this weekend. And you know, somebody who, like Anthony Mason, is oftentimes referred to as a point forward, but now there's this new thing in the NBA, point centers. DeAndre Jordan showing at Staples Center that, you know, he's got some tricks up his sleeve. We'll skip to my Lou there. What do you think?
Little bit of the Ray for Austin or Ray for Oh No.
It's like Pete Maravich drills in slow motion.
Yeah, it looks like a bad State Farm commercial again. More on that later on in the show.
Somebody else who's maybe a point center is Joel Embiid. Our producer Cap using any excuse to get him in the show. Even after he shut it down, he's showing some love to AI there on the cover of Slam.
I absolutely love this right here because remember back in the day when AI was on the cover, it was pretty much the same thing with the throwback jersey on as well.
Yeah, Embiid didn't go with the full braids or the full fro there.
Nah.
AI.
Close enough.
So some sportsmanship around the NBA, of course. Here you get Jimmy Butler in on the action. Just want to show some support to the guys on the other team.
Trolling at his finest. I love the Bulls-Pistons rivalry. Still carries on today.
This is an example, though, of why the Bulls aren't ready to take the next step. Like, this is so petty.
It is.
The second half against the Pistons on the road. Like, what are you doing here?
Hashtag the pettiness, hashtag the disrespect. Speaking of the disrespect.
An angry Steph Curry's my favorite Steph Curry, bro. Here he is getting into it with Jaylen Brown. Imagine what's going to happen next year when he goes up against Lonzo Ball.
Oh, look at him. Yes, in the face. In the face. My favorite part of the game.
Hey, Steph, what happened at the final of that game?
Oh,
yeah, Celtics win. Celtics win. Britney Spears is winning. I guess it's out at her crib in Vegas.
Yeah.
She's getting some shots up. Far more effective at the free throw line than our own Shaquille O'Neal.
Very effective using the glass as well. Has that President 45 tan, though.
You know, you and I are big Notorious B.I.G. fans. The biggest Britney Spears fan on planet Earth is NBA Inside Stuff's Kristen Ledlow.
Wow.
She has a special message for the pop queen. Roll it.
Hey, Ben and Ro, Kristen Ledlow here from outside the Staples Center. Thank you so much for inviting me on to deliver a personal message to Britney Spears. I had no idea that she watched the show every week until you told me. Kind of thought I knew everything about her, but Britney, one of the things that you may not know about me is, in addition to my work at NBA TV, I am also a licensed personal rebounder. I'm talking make or miss. I'm like the blonde Dennis Rodman, which, I don't know, I guess that was an actual thing, right? So I'll come up with something different. But in addition to those crisp return passes, I also know your entire catalog from Baby One More Time to Glory. So I'm just saying, it may be something that you want to think about. You know, just call me. We can go freelance. I could be available for full time. Let me know, though, because this offer stands, well, until literally forever.
Kristen, you didn't know that Britney Spears watches the warm-up? Everybody watches the warm-up. It's live on Twitter.
Of course, and if you're sinking Amy, please stick around and hang with us. More warm-up coming up.
More warm-up coming up next, and of course, more Kristen Ledlow and Britney Spears, the new Splash Sisters. I think they're taking over the NBA there. Look at that great backcourt, hoisting up the Larry O'Brien trophy. Kristen's squeezing real tight.
Yes.
Holding on to some Britney. It's the warm-up.
You can talk about Westbrook, you can talk about Harden, you can talk about Curry. But at the end of the day, Kawhi Leonard is saying, every time I play against one of those guys, I win. Now, are we measuring by who wins, or are we measuring by who get the most points?
There you see Zeke on Players Only discussing the one and only Kawhi later. Now, if Westbrook were to average pretty much zeros for the rest of the season, he still have better numbers than Kawhi.
I get it, Royce, and he covers the Thunder, so maybe he's a little biased. I like his work there, but that's obviously not going to happen. And it's not just about the numbers, you know. The Spurs have won 9 games in a row. It's the 18th season in a row. They've had 50-plus wins. Kawhi's dropped double digits 91 straight times, tying Tim Duncan's longest streak.
Yep.
So, you know, there's lots to say about both these guys for MVP, not just, you know, Russ's stats or a video game, so he wins.
Well, it's interesting that you say both of these guys. That got us to thinking here on the warm-up. So we wanted to see, okay, who has the better chances of winning MVP? We'll start with Russell Westbrook. Let's plead the case for him.
Well, not only are the triple doubles his, you know, calling card for his case for MVP, but it's the fact they're winning with the triple double.
Yes, they are.
24-6 when he has a triple double, 11-23 when he doesn't. He hasn't had one in 4 games, and they've lost 4 in a row. So
Yep.
I think that's the key here, is that he's putting up these crazy numbers, 32, 10, and 10. And they're winning games when he is getting triple doubles.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing very well. The numbers are crazy so far. March, he's averaging 45 points a game, but they're winless so far. That's the only stat that really matters at the end of the day. So Russ playing very well, but these losses are coming at a key time at the end of the season.
And I don't like this Russ doesn't have help. Like, Steven Adams is a $100 million dude. Enes Kanter's an $80 million dude.
Taj Gibson, a new acquisition.
Taj Gibson, I like Oladipo.
Yeah.
Like, Roberson's a good defender. Like, he's not out there with me, you, and 2 other guys. Like, he's out there with the squad, too. So,
Yeah.
not fair to say it's Russ all by himself.
Not all by himself, no question, but someone who definitely isn't by himself is Kawhi Leonard. He's on the Spurs, and you dropped the resume already. We know what the Spurs are going to do every single year. But
Yeah.
he's still putting up outstanding numbers and playing some very high-level basketball.
Yes, but I would say that if anyone doesn't have the help he's accustomed to having, it's Kawhi. You've got
Yep.
the second lowest scoring average of LaMarcus Aldridge's career. Tony Parker's a ghost of himself. Manu's 39 years old and on
Very
the way
true.
out.
Yeah.
Duncan's gone. Like, it is Kawhi. He's the only all-star on that team.
Yep.
Doing it on both ends. Career high in points, doing it more offensively now. So there is a great case for Kawhi, especially after that performance against James Harden the other night.
Yeah, I mean, this right here that you're about to see, this three-pointer and the block shot, I mean, in a news cycle, I can't remember a time where a block and a missed and a made three-pointer have been talked about more.
It's like that offense-defense series. It's almost like J.J. Watt, like catching a 2-point conversion and then coming for a strip fumble, right? It's like he's never seen it back-to-back like that. The fact it was on Harden, who's also in the running for MVP, despite setting the NBA record for turnovers, which she's going to obliterate. Yeah, it's anybody's race at this point. A lot of basketball left, obviously. I'm excited to see Kawhi tonight on TNT. Kind of random that after the game the other night, he was hit with a random drug test. But
I mean, yeah, when you go out there and do what he did, you're going to get tested. That's what happened.
I expect to get drug tested after this show because I'm completely dominating this live stream on Twitter right now. So it happens.
Of course.
Part of the gig. I get it.
So it got us to thinking, who is your MVP? Hit us with the hashtag Vote Westbrook MVP or Vote Kawhi MVP. We want to let you know at the end of the show who's going to be the actual winner. So far, Kawhi is in the lead.
People are going with the Claw, which is a good nickname, I think, for Kawhi, which got us thinking, what happens if the Claw made an appearance in one of your favorite Disney movies?
Parker hasn't come back in the ballgame.
Dirk against Turio. Dirk up on the reverse. His pass. Caught by Dirk. Over by Lute for the win. He gets the bounce. He got the bounce. Oh, wow. Gets the pass. Shot clock at 7. Nowitzki against Turkoglu. Backs in. Falling away. Puts it up. Banks it in. Oh, what a tough shot from Nowitzki.
Dirk with the game tied with 5, with 4. Dirk Nowitzki for the lead. He's got it. Dirk knocks it down at the baseline.
Dirk got one shot. He's about to get another one. Down low against Larry Nance Jr. Here it is.
Yes, sir. Either you slinging that rock or you got a wicked jump shot. Shouts out to the one-legged fadeaway made famous by Dirk. And here's me.
Shouts out to young Ro Parrish. Looking
Hey.
exactly the same. Do you exfoliate? Look at you. You look great.
You know, you got to drink water and make sure you take care of yourself. But yeah, lots of fun on media days. We used to shoot these skits and do fun little things. Dirk is always ready and willing.
That's the thing. You work with the Mavericks for a long time, so you obviously know Dirk and you see how important he is, not only to the franchise, but just the city of Dallas and the community. And you got to think coming all the way from Germany to then set up shop in Texas for all these years. Incredible life journey, and the fact he can rock the butt cut and the shaved head and the shaggy hair, and yeah, he's a legend, man.
He's a master of many looks. So, but I mean, you see what he's done in the playoffs, in the postseason. We all know about Shaq and Kobe and the Lakers and the Spurs, but he was able to slip the Mavericks in there a couple of years and be competitive.
They were always there, man. The Mavericks were always part of the postseason. He had so many different roster changes over the years.
Yes.
And you see a night like the other night when he gets his 30,000th point, and there's tweets from Porzingis and Magic and Kobe and all these Ric Flair and Troy Aikman. Like, everybody loves Dirk. Are there any Dirk haters out there? Like, who's anti-Dirk?
Nah, nobody is. I mean, maybe. Okay, I got it. Maybe some Laker fans.
Maybe some Laker fans, because they had some battles over the years. You know, they only made it to the postseason one time against each other, and the Lakers got swept the year after they won the title in 2010. So, you know, Dirk putting up a modest 22-11 his career against the Lakers. But it's always fun to see him light up, you know, Lamar Odom or Kobe or Shaq at a 20,000th point against them. And there you see the other night squaring up on Larry Nance Jr. for 30,000.
It always made me feel so much better as a person who has strong dislike for the Lakers. I'll say that. Okay. So to get those victories over the Lakers and that one player who wore number 8 and 24, it always felt so good. Especially that sweep in 2011. I got to ring the show.
Got to hold on to those moments,
bro.
Oh,
yeah. You got to hold on.
Far between. But you know what I love about Dirk, too, is that he had great personality.
Yes.
You know this from working with the team, is that he was always down for a funny video or to make fun of himself.
Of course.
He wasn't like too cool for school
never,
or any of that
never.
stuff.
Very self-deprecating and always ready to jump on the camera to do something crazy. In fact, we're going to show you exactly what we're talking about.
Cover it up now. It's a natural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Born in the USA. I was born in the USA now. That's all I got for you.
Oh, man. I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Tom Ward and Castor Roy, who put those together and made Dirk act crazy.
Did an awesome job with those videos for sure. And we got some special videos from a few faces you might recognize who are showing love for Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, yes. Take a look at this.
Dirkie, congratulations, man. 30,000 points. How do you say that in German? Ball hawk?
Man, if I would have played with you longer, maybe we could have got you to 50,000. Congrats. Enjoy.
We were the second coming of Stockton and Malone, the way we ran that two-man game. But it was all possible because of you. You showed me how to have hard work and dedication. You showed me how to be a true professional. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate your contributions to the game. You also made me an NBA champion, which for that, I will forever be indebted to you.
Hey, Dirk. I was just here at my farm, and they told me that you hit 30,000 points. I don't really follow basketball, but that's incredible. I mean, in one game, amazing.
Fashion's really taking over the league.
My fashion's one of the best in the game.
Fashion is something that I have a passion for.
The best fashion sense. It pains me to admit it a little bit. My style is a bit more minimalist.
I love colors.
When somebody wears something crazy, you notice that a lot more than a guy who's regularly dressed.
I consider myself being a guy who loves to dress.
I don't know. You like it? I like anything that's tailored, nice fitted, looking good, smelling good, looking good, you feel me?
On the warm-up, we dress to impress, but we always assess the heat on our feet. Mr. Ben Lyons, what you got today?
Yeah, I got these Air Force One fly knit collabos here. I wish there were some more colorways over at Foot Locker for us. Yeah, my wife Mariah, shout out to Mariah, has them in gray. I like them in red.
And I got on these Cherry 13s. You remember Jordan rocking these back in the day in his heyday when he was taking kids to school.
We always coordinate without even trying, right?
I mean,
we didn't call or text or anything.
No. It never happens.
Red Thursdays, I guess, here at the warm-up.
That's just what happens when good people here at Twitter and Turner put people like us together.
There it is. I guess they just have us have matching footwear. All right. Our friends over at Complex ranked the top 5 stylish NBA teams, so we thought we'd break down the list and we'll kick things off.
Look at this list.
At number 5, the Chicago Bulls, thanks to the new addition this summer of Dwayne Wade and his loafers without socks.
I mean, I think that the Dwayne Wade acquisition alone puts the Bulls in the top 5 because I don't know if they were there prior to this season.
Yeah, and you see with Doug McDermott getting traded to Oklahoma there, maybe it pushes them up the rankings. At number 4.
Shots fired.
And the home of the world's most famous. You know the guys love Fashion Week, whether it's the spring season, the winter season, doesn't matter. They're always down for some, capri pants and tight-fitting jeans.
But they're going to lose some points since Brandon Jennings is no longer on the roster. Going out to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Devin Booker. My personal favorite, Tyson Chandler. I remember him always styling and profiling when he was in Dallas.
Yeah, he's someone who seemed to really enjoy Fashion Week when he was in New York. Now he's out in Phoenix showing the young kids how to do it. Is that velour on Marquise Chris there? Oh, that's nice.
That is very nice, but another team that makes it, Cleveland. Now, we know these guys. We see them all over social media, taking group pictures, always looking stylish.
Yeah, and I like how Kyrie Irving and I usually dress exactly the same. Just a T-shirt, open flannel, some jeans, sneakers, keep it real simple.
Yeah.
LeBron's going to the prom. There it is.
And then number 1 on your list, maybe not necessarily number 1 in the standings, but the Los Angeles Lakers with their array of young talent.
This is what they're competing for right now. It's not for the playoffs. It's not for championships. It's to be the most stylish team in the NBA. And an interesting little trend there. You look at those 5 teams on the list. 3 of them sitting at the bottom of the NBA. The Bulls have been a mess. The only one that I haven't figured out is LeBron and the Cavs.
Clearly, they haven't figured out. So naturally, if we're going to look at the best, we also want to throw it out there to you in the Twitter sphere. Who is the worst dressed team? And let's see, the Spurs, that's not a shocker.
T, there's nothing that's, out of style about being a 50-win team every year, okay?
Hayden Kim, who's very stylish, can't go against the godfather of Old Navy, a.k.a. the Big
Man, Tim Duncan out of the league, but his style never out of season. Just come with the Carhartt jeans and the big lugs boots, and it's 1996 all over again.
Oh, man, but these guys definitely can get it done. Pau Gasol.
I like when the guys have a little European tailoring there. See, Kawhi Leonard, it looks like took a handful of paint and threw it on his shirt.
Of course, with the throwback J's on, always getting it done.
Tony Parker. See, you get the European skull there, fresh out the Johnny Depp collection. Tony Parker looking fresh. The warm-up, don't go anywhere.
For sure. You'll get 1. I'll tell my teammates that you guys are here.
Manu love the kids.
Manu love the kids. Good stuff there from Manu Ginobili, who sadly is not going to be playing tonight. I just want to see him healthy for the postseason.
That's all you want, and this
One
is
more
what you
run.
need. Just let him rest for right now and play when it's important.
Yeah, Ben Lyons and Roe Parrish back here on the warm-up, hanging out with State Farm. Time to assist.
Yes.
And now we mentioned the San Antonio Spurs. They're playing Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. So let's check in with the two newest members of the Thunder, Taj Gibson and Dougie McBuckets, who are already giving back and assisting in the community.
Wasting no time. This is what you do when you get to OKC. Very stand-up gentlemen to immediately jump in and start assisting in the community. And our own David Aldridge caught up with Taj earlier today.
Look, you came to a good squad, right? So, I mean, that had to soften the blow a little bit at least.
Oh, yeah. Previous years, I looked at how they traded certain guys with our core, where they sent them. It could have been worse. I came to a great organization. As soon as I came off the plane, Coach Billy and Sam, the GM, he just met me open arms. It was a great feeling, and plus we were met by thousands of fans. So
I saw that, yeah.
It was a great experience.
How? I mean, that had to be like, wow, they're here for us, really?
Yeah, I was just like, I was blown away because at the same time you're like, man, I'm on the plane with Doug McDermott, so we're like, man, we're still in shock. But then you get a warm welcoming, and that's a great thing.
Oh man, NFL free agency is popping. Does your team need a quarterback?
This is why you watch the NBA on TNT. Last week up in Portland, Taj Gibson getting familiar with his new teammates. Special moment for sure.
Touchdown.
Should be a good one tonight to kick off the doubleheader, and Kawhi's really taking his game to the next level. You know, when he was starting out, Roe, it was one of those things where it was like he could just do whatever the team needed to be done.
No question.
Now it's you got to carry the load every night, be the main option on offense, and he's really stepping into that role.
He's definitely doing that. Shouts out to his mom, Kim. Got to meet her over All-Star break, and she said, make sure you shout out my son and them Spurs. They don't get enough love. So shouts out to Kim and shouts out to your son. They're definitely playing great ball.
And I agree there, Mama Kawhi, is that they don't get enough love. I haven't watched them as much as I probably should have this year, so I'm excited to do a little scouting for the playoffs tonight and checking out this Western Conference matchup.
Feel the rough, scandalous. The more stats and stuff, the more dangerous. There's my biggie bars for Russell Westbrook right there.
Yeah, that's Furious Styles there. And speaking of, check out the warm-up right now. We're getting love.
Oh,
Travis,
hey,
good looking, man. Love for Travis's shirt, too. Sacred Strong.
Shouts out to Travis. That's my man upstairs. We do our things with the highlights. Make sure you download the NBA app so you can check out all the highlights, all the stats and scores. Appreciate you.
Good stuff there. Yes, we've got, of course, Oklahoma and San Antonio in the first one tonight. And there you see the man, the myth, the legend, Ernie Johnson, getting ready for Studio J. We also have Lakers and Suns. And when those doubleheaders get late and it's a wild game, that's when you tune in to Studio J. So it should be a good show tonight for sure.
You never know what you're going to hear out of the mouths of Sir Charles Kenny or Shaquille O'Neal. And shouts out to Ernie Johnson, definitely putting everything in order.
Going to be a fun one. We're getting ready for the home stretch of the regular season. We appreciate all you guys watching live on Twitter. And shout out to the late, great B.I.G., Christopher Wallace.
It was all a dream. I used to read Slam magazine. Scottie Pippen and Patrick Ewing on the TV screen.
The remix on the warm-up. I love it.